All right, we're moving ahead to teach you how to have a relationship with the dragon. I'm just putting in some basics first because this is how the dragon can work through you and things. And I just want you to know, you're not evil. You don't need to be saved. You're not this bad person. I'm just telling you. You are really moving on your evolution as a human all the way up to immortality, and you're developing more and more love and becoming more conscious. Somewhere along the way, let me tell you something you have to become aware of, because everything is consciousness. Everything is conscious. And we're not just human, right? We have a physical nature, an emotional nature, a mental nature, and a spiritual, right? And that's the areas we're always trying to develop. Those areas still work under the same script. It's goodness triumphs over evil, all right? Your mental can become really so mean. It can become the evil because it's going to be in charge now and control the emotional. It's going to control the physical. It's in charge, right? So it's the same script. Your emotional goes, oh yeah? And it will go after. Here's how it works really. Usually, see, there's a spiritual that's the vision. Then the mental is supposed to take it and put a plan together of how to achieve the spiritual vision, all right? Then it goes down to the emotional child, and I say it's child or nature, and the emotional child says, oh, I like that, and it gives emotional energy where it can all be done, or it goes, I don't like that, that would hurt me, yeah, victim, right? So it will give no energy. Guess what happens to the mental plan? Drops. What happens to even the vision? It sort of fades because you get no emotional energy to go forward. But it sends it back to the drawing board. The mental just keeps going back to the drawing board 100 times until finally it can include the emotional. And when that does, then you have the mind and you have the heart together, all right? Good, we can go forward with the vision, all right? Now, that emotional energy drives down to the physical nature. And the physical nature is the implementer. Well, be ready though. It's like the architect and sometimes the construction people, they go, oh God, your ideas, they are so impractical, so far-fetched. If you think my body can do this, you're nuts. And the physical will reject it. And the emotional, but I like that. Well, I'm sorry. Whether you like that, I can't do it. It's too much for this body, especially as you start to age, and it has to go back up. That's really where it all falls apart, is you have to have the vision, the plan, the emotional acceptance, not rejection, and the physical willing to implement. Then you can get everything done. No. That sounds good. So how does that get thwarted sometimes? Okay, here's how. Number one, the dragon has to use the same people to work through too, same natures, all right? Now, at least the people that I worked with, it's like there's like a little hook right in the back of your neck. I think they call it even the reptilian brain or something. But that's the hook, the connection out to the dragon that's setting over right in the shadows, all right? And let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say emotionally, you meet somebody and, wow, would be great. However, they're just like your father. Well, the dragon goes, my baby, you're not going to get hurt again. And it'll step right in. And it can be wonderful, but it may absolutely go after that relationship that you thought was perfect. Okay? So that's how it is. Still goodness triumphs over evil, victim, villain, hero. Just because you now introduced the vision, the mind, the emotions, the physical, that's still what humans are working through. My best advice to you is you must set down anything you do and you have like a consensus. You have inclusion of the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. I do that every morning in meditation. If I'm going to do something, I better have all four working with me. If I do, it's much better chance to happen, all right? Because that's where it all falls apart if one doesn't work. Include them. Talk to these parts of yourself, okay? And then we're going to move now to even more the dragon of having a relationship.